What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. Very excited today to bring you guys another top requested rebuild here in Madden 22, and that is with the Denver Broncos. Now, I will say right off the gate, for this rebuild, I thought about going at it a certain way, okay? Some of us, if you're watching as a Denver Bronco fan, I was one of you. I put on, not a lot of money, but like 25 bucks on the Broncos Super Bowl odds when there was a rumor that they may be in the market for a certain quarterback. And luckily, I was using a very reputable bet site. So then once, Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to Denver, I was able to cancel and get my money back. So Bet365, no sponsorship yet. But I was like, that's kind of what I wanted to at least inquire about. Denver, Aaron Rodgers, like that's the rebuild I was kind of envisioning. And that could happen. Aaron Rodgers is sometimes a free agent. He doesn't get picked up, but I've literally tried everything I possibly can within the realm of like not glitching the game to try and get Aaron Rodgers. Every combination of multiple first round, like what kind of real compensation would Green Bay be realistically getting from Denver if a trade was? It'd be like 3 first round picks. Well, I can't trade 3 first round picks. I've done 2 first round picks in Von Miller, which I don't even know if they'd want Von Miller. I've done like insert 2 first round picks in best player. I've done 2 first round picks, or 1 first round pick, and then our 2 best players. And even that can't, look how close it is. So there's just no feasible way right now without cheesing this game that I can acquire Aaron Rodgers. So hopefully he's a free agent. I'm going to say there's I've done 4, 5, 6 franchise modes, maybe 2 of the 6, 3 of the 6. Aaron Rodgers, because he's in his final year of his contract, is usually there. So it's, hopefully we get a good roll of the dice, because I absolutely would go all in on Aaron Rodgers just because of that connection already. But that is obviously something we're going to have to wait until the offseason for. We are here, year 1, Denver Broncos, very interesting team. I think that they are a team I legitimately and fully believed with that bet that I placed, that if they got Aaron Rodgers, I think they could be a Super Bowl contender. And that's not a hot take. That would be acquiring the MVP of the NFL, one of the best quarterbacks of all time in the NFL. But I think they have a really, really interesting roster. You look at the QBs, you got Bridgewater, Drew Lock, it's unfortunate just to say that. But the skill position guys they have, that those are the 2 QBs. There's no disrespect. I mean, Drew Lock shows flashes. Teddy Bridgewater's consistently solid. But I do think that to compete with the Aaron Rodgers, to compete with, within your own conference, to compete with the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Browns, you're not going to be able to do that with Teddy Bridgewater. You need a game changer back there. Running back room, I like it. I think Melvin Gordon is one of the most underrated running backs in the NFL. I don't know why people don't really consider him as I think it's because he bounced around a couple teams here and there. He's had some injuries, but I think he's really good. I think the fact that they went out and added Jovante Williams, who, come on, let's get this dude a player portrait here, from North Carolina. He's a beast. He had insane contact balance at North Carolina. Him and Michael Carter 1-2 punch in North Carolina was awesome. I went on my way to watch North Carolina play last year. Obviously, Sam Howell, as my beloved Philadelphia Eagles, may be very well interested in him come the draft. I've watched a lot of North Carolina football. I'm not a Mac Brown guy, and just the way that Jovante Williams, who's so exciting, so fun. I think this is an excellent 1-2 punch. I think ultimately, obviously, running backs have a clear and defined shelf life in Madden. To be able to switch to Jovante Williams when that time is there is something that I'm kind of looking forward to, because I really want him to succeed in this review. We got Freeman, got some other guys here. It's not a bad backfield at all, but that is our 1-2 punch for right now. We have Beck, who I will say this, Beck, I thought he was pretty solid at Texas. I was like, oh yeah, he's probably going to move to fullback, but he was a tight end there. I think he did everything, but I always thought he was one of the more underrated players when he was at Texas. Wide receiver, we have Coutland Sutton from SMU. He's a beast, 82 with that star dev. You throw in the fact he had Jerry Jeudy, 79 with the star dev. You got Tim Patrick, who's solid, definitely. Had some pretty big numbers last year, 6'4", 210. A little bit height, weight, speedy, 92 speed. 92 acceleration, 90 speed. But then you got KJ Hamler. I'm surprised he doesn't have a dev trait. I wouldn't be... I don't know. Did he have one last year? I feel like he might have one last year. But either way, I just think this is, I got Gator bias here a little bit. Tyreek Cleveland was awesome with Florida. But I think big picture, you go with Sutton, Jeudy, and Hamler. Obviously, Patrick. I'm actually going to throw him up on the trade block. Just see what we can get. Because I think Hamler in the slot. You go Jeudy and Sutton on the outside. That's a wide receiver core that we're going to be able to continue and keep here in the building for the entirety of the rebuild. We're not going to have to worry about this spot. We're not going to have to worry about drafting any wide receivers because we're good. Same with tight ends, man. They got a lot of talent here. Tight end Noah Fant, 83, S-tier athlete at the position with that star dev. He's going to obviously become our S-tier tight end, premier tight end. Then you have Albert O, who just from a Madden skill point standpoint, 69, 6'5", 260, 88 speed, 91 acceleration, 77 catching. There you go. You got our 2 tight ends. And even though 2 tight ends don't really matter a whole lot in Madden Sim, we're good at that position. So, it's another spot. Just check it off. We don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be a spot that we have to spend a lot of money in free agency or use premier draft picks or anything like that. Offensive line, they have Garrett Bowles, who finally put it all together. He was an old rookie, which is why he's 29. I mean, we're going to probably try to ride him into the ground. He was almost going to be an 85 overall, so he'll hit that probably by the end of the preseason. But 29, it's a tough age. I've seen linemen, I really I think as long as you have everyone in your offensive line 78, 79 or above, especially for O-line, especially for how hard it is to draft offensive linemen, you're going to be able to win. You can win with that. So we'll see with Garrett Bowles. We have Reisner here at left guard. He's played pretty much every position. We have Muti, who had a dev trait last year, still has that dev trait. So I'm thinking, okay, for sure we're going to take Meinertz, who actually I missed with the hidden dev trait when I did my hidden dev video. A lot of people brought that up. My apologies. He actually also plays center. I'm gonna kick him into center, so we can go with him. I don't think Cushenberry had a dev trait. He does. And Meinertz went down a couple points there. Man, how do we get all these guys? Okay, we're gonna take Reisner. We're gonna shuffle around here. Because Rodgers played everywhere at K-State. I'm pretty sure he played guard, center, and tackle. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick him to right tackle. And then we'll have Moody at guard with the dev trait. Cushenberry. Glasgow's 29-77. He could be the starter for now. But yeah, let's put Meinertz there at right guard. So eventually, probably a year or two in, once Glasgow's off the books, we will have all dev trait linemen. And they're all got their best football out of them. Meinertz 22, Risner 26, so that's good for the entirety of the rebuild. Cushenberry's 23. You have Muti, who's 22. Garrett Bowles a little bit more on the veteran side, but that's an outstanding offensive line to work, especially if we want to run the ball with Melvin Gordon and Jovante Williams. Defensive line, we have Draymond Jones, 75 star dev. Sure, let's rock and roll with that. The other side, we have Shelby Harris, who's solid for the time being. Mike Purcell. Here's I made a suggestion in the old ratings video. You could kick Shelby Harris into defensive tackle, and then you take Bradley Chubb, moving back on the defensive line if you wanted to. The more that I'm looking at this, though, man, I don't know if that's going to be the direction I want to go. At least in year one, I think it'd be better suited just to admit that, all right, our nose tackle's going to kind of suck, and let's kind of make that a position of priority for the draft. There's always defensive tackles that are studs in the draft. So rather than shuffling a bunch of things around, let's just work with Mike Purcell. We have Von Miller, Superstar X Factor, 93 overall. He's good. What's his ability? Fearmonger. So let's go, man. Let's see Von Miller go off. I haven't had the best success with 3-4 outside linebackers getting big time numbers, so hopefully we can put up some numbers here. Middle linebacker of Johnson, Jewell, Baron Browning, just ridiculous frame and athletic ability. So barring some contracts, we have some guys. If we can't afford to sign Jewell or Alexander Johnson, I think someone like Baron Browning's an interesting enough young player that I think I would not be opposed to getting him snapped sooner than later, just to see what he can do and develop into. Chubb here, beast, 85. I thought he might have had a superstar. I feel like he might have had a superstar last year, but either way, 85 star, 25. He's going to be a vital piece of this rebuild. Secondaries where it gets slightly dicey, but not really. We have Fuller, Callahan, and Darby are the top 3 corners. From a rebuild standpoint, not great ages. Even 27 is kind of pushing a little bit. Fuller, 87-29 with a star. We have Callahan, who's 86-29 with a star. We have Darby, who's 80 with a star at 27. We have Patrick Surtain, PS2, who has that hidden dev. I know the dev trait. It's very good. We have Ojemudia, who's 23-75 with a star. I think it's going to be within our best interest for sure. We're going to throw up Darby on. I know they just signed him, but for the sake of this video, I don't need him. We do not need him. He's only going to take up a lot of salary. Even if we do move him, we're probably going to have a dead cap hit. But if we can get some form of value, and that's just one last hurdle to get our young corners with dev traits on the field, It's probably the direction we need to go. Again, I tried including these guys in a potential Aaron Rodgers trade. Just couldn't get it to fall through. So I actually think I'll put we'll see what corners can get offers for. So we'll throw Callahan, even though we don't really have a slot guy like Ojemudia, Surtain, more outside corners. We'll see what happens there. I mean, Vic Fangio probably not happy with that. Callahan was this dude from Chicago. Is what it is. We have Justin Simmons at free safety, 91 star. That feels low. I think he should have got superstar for sure. 27, I mean, he's still amazing. Still going to be very, very valuable for our team. They got Caden Stearns, looks solid, rookie out of Texas. At strong safety, the veteran, Kareem Jackson. Again, it's just another spot where it's like, okay, well, they got Jamar Johnson, spent a decent pick getting him out of Indiana. Could we move one of these corners to safety? Because Kareem Jackson's not getting any younger. But is someone going to be better than Jamar? Like, who has the best tackling? I think long-term, we can kind of view it like that. I mean, you know, that's just simple. Whoever has the highest tackling probably could make the transition to safety a little bit better. But, like, it's like Callahan, maybe. You know, I could move Callahan to safety, but he's not much younger. You know, I don't know, man. It's a weird spot to be. And, like, you look, Ojemudia would be the guy I'd hope I could move. 6'1", 200 pounds, kind of built like a safety, but he has the worst tackling out of all the corners. So, we'll just see what offers could potentially be sliding in here. If we get something good, we'll make a move. I don't really like the optics of trading Darby right away, but he's just, I don't know. That was kind of a very surprising free agency signing. They signed him to decent money, too, to get him away from Washington for how much depth they had at corner. So, also, we'll shout out special teams. We got McManus here and Sam Martin. So, we'll see what kind of trades come in. Then we'll get into year one of the rebuild. Dude. I don't know if I caught the beginning of this. It's like a sit down. Why is this bass so loud? Look at this. Just hitting. Dude, it was like Melvin Gordon wanted to talk to Jovante Williams. And now we have a superstar depth trade. Melvin Gordon, because it was like, hey, Melvin Gordon, it was just like your typical, like, hey, veteran wants to take a guy under his wing. It didn't feel like it was anything special, anything unique to even, like, highlight in this video. So I was expecting, like, oh, +2 carry, +1 ball carrier vision or something like that. Not a superstar depth trade. Melvin Gordon is just actively trying to lose his job at this point, but I appreciate him for it. All right, here's a trade that I'm gonna seek out. The offers I was getting, Patrick was like third-round picks, stuff like that. It's like, I don't really want that. I need a defensive tackle. Our nose tackle spot's so weak. Matt Ioannidis is on the trade block from football team. I'm not going to disrespect them by just offering them back Ronald Darby. So we will then, therefore, throw in Bryce Callahan. I'm going to offer Tim Patrick, who, you know, star dev wide receiver, would be probably wide receiver 3 behind Scary Terry and Curtis Samuel there. Maybe this goes through, and it does. I think that's a fair trade. I mean, that's what I am open to kind of doing more trades in my rebuild. People say more trades and more gameplay. Well, I did more gameplay last year, Madden 21, and that pretty much killed rebuilds on my channel. People just don't want more gameplay, even though I'm open very much to having more gameplay, even though my gameplay's not the best. But I can definitely improve on the trade front, making realistic, sensible trades, and this makes sense, especially if you have the surplus requirement that Washington football team has on the defensive line. You don't need Ioannidis, Daron Payne, John Allen. So shipping Ioannidis. We give them Bryce Callahan, who'd be corner 2. Now, I mean, I guess from a need standpoint, do they need a slot corner with Fuller? Do they play Fuller on the outside? They still need corner help, for sure. And someone like Tim Patrick is an instant upgrade at wide receiver 3. Very happy with that trade, and we've immensely improved in our defense. Now we got an offer here from Ron Darby. Third-round picks are like the best that we're kind of getting across the board. So, I mean, this makes sense, not from a, hey, they just signed him, but I'm kind of coming in acting as a general manager. And if I come in as general manager, I'm just looking at the assets that we got. And I'm seeing Darby's good, but not good enough, especially because he's, 3-4 years younger than Ojemudia. And, in that time frame, if we get Ojemudia on the field, he's going to be better at 27 than Darby is right now at 27. That's really all I need. So I'm looking at teams like who's going to have the highest picks. And I'm thinking there's a lot of teams here that always do well. And, of course, Detroit's not going to hook us up. So I'm thinking right now the best overall pick probably is going to be Atlanta. So we're going to send Darby to Atlanta, getting rid of the old GM's mistake of giving Ronald Darby a contract anyways. I mean, he's a solid player. I don't want to disrespect him. He's okay, hot and cold for the Eagles. But we're just getting our best young players on the field that are going to be most beneficial to this team come year 4 and year 5 of the rebuild. Okay, I want it because we made some trades, made some moves, show the first year 1 Denver Broncos. This is our starting point. This is going to be the pillar of what we build a Super Bowl contender on. So on the offensive line, we're going Bulls, Moody, Cushenberry, Glasgow for now. I mean, I'm not, even with this getting rid of, Darby, I'm not just straight up getting rid of everybody that's ahead of a young player like Meinertz. Might as well just hold on to Glasgow for the time being. He's solid. That is quite a big discrepancy between the overalls there too. But obviously we need to get Meinertz on the field sooner than later to maximize that dev trade. And can we hook him up with a player portrait as well as Jovante Williams, Madden? Come on. Reisner making the transition from guard to tackle pretty seamlessly. We have Fant, Jeudy, Bridgewater, Gordon, Jovante Williams now with his superstar that we got because Melvin Gordon sat him down and talked to him. That's... again, same kind of deal with Glasgow and Meinertz. You probably want to get Jovante Williams the snaps because he has the dev trade. And Melvin Gordon doesn't even have a star. Disrespected. But for the time being, I mean, I don't know what his contract's looking like. So, might as well just ride. It's like the running backs, the shelf life running backs. Just run Melvin Gordon to the ground. And then when it's time to re-sign, we're just going to commit to Jovante Williams. But the wide receivers look good. Sutton, Hamler, and Jerry Jeudy are going to be our 3 after we traded Tim Patrick. Defensively, we pretty much have the exact same defense, except we're sliding Matt Ioannidis in there at defensive tackle. And we have Fuller, Ojemudia in the slot, Surtain, PS2 on the outside. I'm really, really happy now with how this team is shaping up. We've maximized our assets. We've got some draft picks. And now we've also freed up a little bit of salary cap in case you know who is available as a QB in the offseason. But knowing my luck so far with the Madden rebuilds, probably won't be. Probably the best quarterback's going to be out there is like Drew Brees somehow. Came out of retirement. He's like a 71 overall. Another potential scenario, it's not a dev trade scenario. This is Draymond Jones was our preseason standout. And I guess he achieved whatever he needed. And he got 10,000 XP. So far, so good for our young players here in Denver. So the midway point of year 1. And things are up and down for sure. Tied for second in the division. But Kansas City's just running away. That's another big thing about rebuilding Denver is that you have to deal with the Chiefs every single year. And you have to deal with Justin Herbert. Luckily, the Chargers are kind of stinking this week. And we've actually coming off the best single performance we've had from any player with Chubb getting 7 tackles and 3 sacks in our 3rd victory of the season. So I'm very happy seeing that. Taking a look here at the contracts. Who do we want to re-sign? Now, I don't even know what our salary cap looks like. Let's prioritize. First things first, Coutland Sutton should be the first guy that gets a contract here. Let's get him until he's 29. Get him locked up. This is going to be the biggest problem with this rebuild. It's like, all right, if we can land someone like Aaron Rodgers and our window for winning is next year and the year after, like that 2-year, we're going to need, the likes of a Kyle Fuller on a 1-year. The likes of a Von Miller. I think we're going to get Von Miller anyways, just because I don't think he's going to... I'm not too worried about the regression for Von Miller. We don't have dev trait regression on because that's just stupid broken. So he's always going to be a superstar. And at the end of that 3-year contract, still probably, 86, 85 at the worst. He's going to be a playmaker. I think Fuller's worth it for the 1-year deal just in case we can be super competitive next season. But other than that, I think Kareem Jackson probably can get younger. Don't really want to commit 2 years to a guy that's 33. I think the regression could be kind of higher. So I think strong safety will be absolutely near the top of our position list when it comes to the draft. Melvin Gordon, I like him, but we just don't need 2 running backs in Madden, and he helped give us Jovante Williams a superstar dev, so thank you very much. I think middle linebacker, again, we probably could invest at like 29 for middle linebacker. Johnson's going to regress. I think Jewell's solid. Maybe we'll wait to the end of the year. If it's looking like he might get a dev trait based off of his performance this year, I think we can kick him a couple bucks here, but if not, I mean, he's a guy that we can just, if we really want him back, just renegotiate on the open market. Not a lot of fun things happen in year 1, so I want to show highlights from our most impressive performance, which was against the Chargers. Teddy Bridgewater firing on all cylinders. I took some inspiration from Not the Expert. He did a Atlanta Falcons rebuild. It was very well done. It was like watching a documentary, and I looked at the common suggestions in my videos like, hey, C4, can we get a little bit more gameplay? Kind of change the mold up here just a little bit. So I'm taking inspiration from how he kind of presented it. It's more of a clips, highlights, stuff like that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this is just enough added gameplay to to assist in my rebuilds, because obviously if we don't have a playoff run where you have to play the moments, you can hop in, get on the sticks, this will be a new element that if you guys like it, I will continue to incorporate in my rebuilds. As we're watching Teddy Bridgewater absolutely dominate a pretty good LA Chargers secondary. Derwin James, stuff like that. He got player of the week. Kudos to Teddy Bridgewater on one hell of a performance. So at the end of year number 1, 8-9 is how we finished the season. And that's, you know, given what we had to work with at quarterback, it's pretty good. Upon further review, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be a free agent. Maybe it's year 2 that he comes out. I think he still has a year left in his contract. I don't know. I feel like he's been there. I feel like I've seen multiple times that it's Aaron Rodgers and Jovante Williams. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But we had some okay quarterback play. I mean, looking big picture before we, analyze what we actually did on field. Mahomes was insane. 50 touchdowns, 5,500 yards. Nick Chubb was very good, leading the rusher there. 120 catches, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Mike Evans leading the league. 21 sacks for Chandler Jones. 21 for Von Miller. That's going to be pretty cool to look at. Bradley Roby, 8 picks, led the team. Roquan Smith, led the league. Roquan Smith had a whole lot of tackles. What did we do? In year 1, Teddy Bridgewater was Teddy Bridgewater. 3,900 yards, 23 touchdowns, 13 picks, around 60% completion percentage. That's Teddy, man. That's what you get with Teddy Bridgewater. 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns for Melvin Gordon, 350 and 8 for Jovante Williams. I was thinking about making Jovante Williams RB1 once we made that clear decision that he was going to be our running back of the future. But, I felt like we had to do something to reward Melvin Gordon for giving Jovante an superstar dev trade. And that's what we did there. 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns for Coutland Sutton here. Almost 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns for KJ Hamler. 7 and 4 for Noah Fant. Really, Jerry Jeudy, a little bit disappointing there for sure. But when you have kind of a lukewarm room temperature passing offense, not everyone's going to eat. Defensively, 128 tackles, 12 TFLs, 4.5 sacks for Alexander Johnson, 21 sacks for Von Miller, 15.5 for Bradley Chubb, 8 for Draymond Jones. This is a scary good pass rush. I take back anything I've ever said about just not being able to find production for 3-4 edge rushers in Madden Sim. Those are outstanding numbers. Ioannidis came in, 12 TFLs, 4 sacks, not too bad. I'd almost like to think that bringing someone like Ioannidis made it so Bradley Chubb and Von Miller could do what they did this season. 3 picks, Kareem Jackson, 3 for Ojemudia. Vaughn had 2. Vaughn back to himself right there. Glad we gave him the contract extension. Really, Simmons kind of disappointing, I suppose. Very quick look here at the yearly awards. MVP went to Patrick Mahomes. And then the AFC, let's just see. We have any Denver Broncos. We have Defensive Player of the Year going to Von Miller. Very nice. For the rest of the awards, I don't think we're going to have any Broncos outside of Von Miller, which full kudos to him. And Bradley Chubb, 1 and 2 for best linebackers. Happy seeing that. Let's get into the offseason. The end of season 1, the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl over the Cleveland Browns 31-24 with Russ Wilson getting himself Super Bowl MVP. That was also the time that it's worth looking at our roster, see if we had anyone go up a dev trait or not. And looking on the offensive side of the ball, we have, unfortunately, not one dev trait was achieved. Defensively, Johnson, who we're letting hit free agency, went up superstar. And that's it. So that's not great. I don't think we have enough salary cap. Just give me a sec. Okay, so we'll get rid of the punter, Graham Glasgow. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know if I could say we can get rid of Bradley Chubb. We can get rid of Purcell and just make as competitive an offer. Like I think we freed up an extra like $10 million, give or take there. I thought Aaron Rodgers had another year in his contract. That's what Google told me. That's all we can do, man. Come on. Oh, no. Come on. Can we offer him a little bit less? There's no other bids on him right now. Annual bonus. Annual bonus. Let's give him less bonus. $35.2 million. Thank you. He's considering it. He's considering it. Man, can we get Davante Adams? Oh, man, we have no money. We have no money. We're broke. So how much you got Von Miller? He's achieved greatness. Don't know how we've got him, but we have him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So now that we have no salary cap, I don't know when we're going to have salary cap. We need a dominator draft. We have a couple studs for sure. I got a first-round grade D tackle that's position of need for us to get a little bit younger at. We can get him a little bit later. I have a third-round linebacker with a first-round grade. I got a third-round strong safety. I just think we have to go best player. Like, we go best player available. It's this guy, Jalen Vasher, 7.6 combine grade, early first-rounder. You know, Fuller's not getting any younger. So I think we just strictly, for the state of our defense, we go best player available, get a corner, second round, get one of these safeties, third round, get that D tackle. It's kind of my line of thinking. But there's no way with how we've been drafting this year, this guy's not going to be special. And Fuller's not getting any younger. He might be a cap casualty as well as we try to free up a little bit of breathing room. So Jalen Vasher is our first pick. And it's great, man. Number 4 in true value. Getting him at 14. 78 hidden dev. 96 speed, 95 acceleration, 92 agility, 95. My God. Him in PS2 for the future. Let's go. All right, safety's gone in the second round. It's annoying. I was kind of hoping I can get him. But we'll grab Stanley Barton here. Late first round strong safety. Need someone to come in and replace Kareem Jackson. Didn't have the money in free agency to improve it. That's not bad at all. No dev trait, but 74 normal, number 23 in true value. Getting him at 46. Good athlete, 90 speed, 88 acceleration, solid hit power, solid zone coverage as well. I think this is a guy, especially because we'll be playing him right away, could be setting himself up for a dev trait upgrade sooner than later. Here's a tough one. We have 2 third-round picks, I'm pretty sure. 3 third-round picks. Let's grab all these guys. See if we can. Let's get Douglas first. Right outside, just best player available, 74 normal. I mean, not going to say he's going to be the successor to Von Miller, but he has some interesting traits. Then we'll grab the middle linebacker, Roy Spriggs. Need a middle linebacker. We let Johnson and Josie Jewell go to free. I mean, not necessarily couldn't afford them by bringing in Aaron Rodgers. So we're going to Roy Spriggs, 71 normal dev middle linebacker, number 54 in true value. And much like the strong safeties, probably going to see a lot of playing time as a rookie. Yes. Was a little bit worried that the D tackle wasn't going to be. This is our last pick, our last guy on the board. 6'3", 316. I think he can be Shelby Harris' successor at defensive end. If things get weird with Ioannidis' contract, can play nose tackle. He's a run stuffer. Let's grab another, just copy and paste 74 overalls here. Number 22 in true value, 93 strength. He's good, man. He's real good. He still had a pretty strong finish of the draft after we got all of our targets. I was able to grab a 68 linebacker that we're going to kick inside. He's a run stuffer. Actually, maybe not. That kind of sucks for what I thought we may be able to shift him inside. We got a 66 DN, 67 fullback, do long. Let's go. But, you know, all the first couple picks, absolute home runs. Exactly the kind of draft we needed with how little salary cap we have. After signing Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the new Denver Broncos quarterback. Let's go. Here's our squad for year 2. Very little depth. But the offensive line, all silver. That's kind of what we were projecting year 1, right? That's exactly what we're looking for. A nice, young, inexpensive offensive line. We got Jerry, Jeudy, Sutton, and Hamler. We got Hamler in the slot. It would be nice for him to get a dev trade scenario here. Jovante Williams is now RB1. And QB1 has arrived for the Denver Broncos. Aaron Rodgers signing a massive 1-year contract. Taking up all of our salary cap. We're going to make him a team captain. I'm not going to say it's all or nothing. But, I mean, how long of a window do you think you have with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, we might get 2 years, this year and another year. That's like best case scenario. So we absolutely need to be making the playoffs right now, which is kind of against what we usually do in my rebuilds here. Kind of go for the slow, not necessarily slow, but traditional approach. We need immediate success right now from Aaron Rodgers. He needs to hit the ground running. Hopefully that's the case, or else this is going to be a gamble that's not going to pay off. The front three is solid. Harris, Ioannidis, Draymond Jones. Linebacking core, we have Von Miller and Chubb, who were both elite last season. What is it, almost 20, 30, almost 40 sacks between them. Baron Browning and Spriggs are going to be our starting middle linebackers. Hopefully we don't, suffer too much as a run defense going with them. But also including Barton there, the rookie at strong safety. A lot of normal devs that are getting plenty of playing time, potentially to get a dev trade scenario upgrade. Justin Simmons there. We have Fuller, Pat Surtain, Ojemudia, and kind of future-proofing the position with whatever the future may hold for Kyle Fuller and his contract here with Denver by getting in, number 4 player in the draft, Jalen Vasher, who, I mean, it's only a matter of time till this guy's out there on the field with PS2 being a lockdown corner. So right now, he'll be our slot. Find a way to get him on the field. I'm thinking with this move to get Aaron Rodgers, I need to see 10 wins minimum this season. I will just say to put this in there because I did kind of put Madden on blast. Felt like every one of these scenarios where the player talks to you was bugged, and I got to a point where they would always get their dev trade. And Barton, our normal dev rookie starting strong safety, had a dev trade scenario and he didn't hit it. So I find it kind of okay. It's good. Feels weird to feel good about failing to improve my team, but it's like okay, maybe not everything is bugged. So we're at the midway point, and it's not overpowered. 4-3. The Chiefs are undefeated, which is not great. So it's, very much looking like if we do make the playoffs, it's going to be a gauntlet. We're going to make it. Going to have to go through the wild card, but whatever, man. Good things that come too easy. Are they really worth doing? Aaron Rodgers, oh, man. Well, I assume we got to do this. We got to try to get Aaron Rodgers to re-up. Can I even give him a 2-year deal? Okay, we got Aaron Rodgers on a 2-year deal. Bradley Chubb, another player, just can't let him walk, Let's get him locked up. I think Noah Fant also needs to get himself a contract. I'm very happy that we drafted a corner because one of these guys is very $12 million cap hit to get Fuller to come back. That's a lot of money that I don't think that we are going to be really able to afford when all is said and done here. So let's make sure we lock up all these good young talents. Draymond Jones has been solid. He wants to get a little bit more money. I have no problem shooting him a couple more bucks. I think Ioannidis has been solid at defensive tackle. Give him a 3-year deal. We still have a little bit of wiggle room with the salary cap. So I think we give Draymond Jones a new contract. And then we still go to free agency with 20-ish million bucks of salary cap. It's not as tight as it was this year where we could only sign one guy. But it's the guy, Aaron Rodgers. And at the end of year 2, we actually made the play. Well, not actually. I'm not surprised. We got Aaron Rodgers, 11-6. I wanted 10 wins minimum. Taking a look at the standings here. I think the Chiefs went undefeated. Oh, they didn't. They lost 2. They were 14-0. They won. They split the last couple games there, but I mean, it's the Chiefs. That's what they're gonna do. That's what we have to deal with every single year. But we make the playoffs, 11-6. We are the 5th seed. Okay, really competitive AFC, I suppose. A lot of good teams there. Buffalo, we got Diggs, Josh Allen. We know what they bring to the table. Absolutely know what they bring to the table. We'll see what happens in this game. From a across the league standpoint, Mahomes, S tier again, 49 touchdowns, 5,700 yards, 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns. Nick Chubb leading the rushers. Tyreek Hill, 17 touchdowns, 1,600 yards. Pretty disgusting. 3-way tie. Vita Vea had 20 sacks. What? That actually happened in real life. That'd be probably one of the scariest players in NFL history. 350 pounds and gets 20 sacks. Excuse me. Aaron Rodgers played fine. 31 touchdowns, 8 picks, 4,300 yards, 66% is better than Teddy. But I was kind of, you see some of those big numbers. You see what Mahomes, you see what Tom Brady put up there, second in the league, and a little underwhelming for sure. But we made the playoffs, so I guess that's you take that. 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns for Jovante Williams. Pretty good vulturing job done there by Levante Bellamy. No 1,000-yard receiver. Solid years, though, for pretty much everybody. Jeudy is just, I don't know, man. Maybe we got to put him in the slots. He's wide receiver, too. He's just not performing. Not performing very well. Baron Browning, 121 tackles, 5 TFLs, 1 sack, 1 pick. Pretty good. Maybe he'll get a dev trait. 16 sacks here from Von Miller. We have 12 from Chubb, so that's a combination we need to continue to just have on this team to complement Aaron Rodgers on the offensive side of the ball. Jalen Vasher, our first-round pick, led the team with 3 interceptions. Happy seeing that, especially because he's going to be a starter next year, taking over for Fuller. Mahomes gets, I think that's his second MVP of the rebuild here. Looking at the rest of the league, it's a lot of Chiefs, man. They're not going to be a fun team to play. But at least we got, back-to-back years, Von Miller winning the top linebacker in the NFL. So now it is time to hop in, see some moments, and see if the Denver Broncos can bring it to Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and the Buffalo Bills. Let's go, man. AFC. Josh Allen, his hometown. You can just hear people crushing through tables. Sounds like peak ECW in 1998. Well, that's just showing that they're dumb fans. And I don't like the fact that our first drive, we got to the red zone and got no points. But we get the first touchdown of the game. I mean, we're really going to need Aaron Rodgers here to just be efficient. You know, because we have the defense. We have the edge rushers. We have the ability to apply pressure. We got a safety to have a weird CFL-looking score. But right now, you can just see we are dominating this game. And it would be very frustrating not to make the most of our domination and let Buffalo get a couple quick scores here in the fourth quarter and lose. But it's looking like we're going to see the job out. It's a big victory. Immediate return on investment for bringing in Aaron Rodgers. Didn't carry us, 76 yards, or 76% completion percentage, 264 yards, 1 touchdown, but he was efficient. And actually not that efficient. 2 interceptions. What? Come on, Aaron. Jovante Williams was solid. Defensively. Like, it must have just been our defense applied a lot of pressure. And we won almost in despite of Aaron Rodgers' lackadaisical performance. AFC divisional game. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt, Minka, Najee Harris, Cam Hayward. They got Mitchell Schwartz as a free agent. Of course they did. Of course they did. Am I worried? I mean, they're you know, they can win, but it's snow. We're at home, Mile High. Great home field advantage. Aaron Rodgers in the snow. I mean, that's another thing that kind of benefits Aaron Rodgers going to a team like Denver. He's used to playing in terrible winter conditions. So that's a big asset for us as we are controlling the first half here. 10-3. We'd like to get a couple more points here before the end of the first half, which we do. We kick a field goal. Too many field goals for my liking, but then again, our defense is absolutely shutting down Pittsburgh and limiting them to not a lot of points. 3rd down, 4th down, kick the field goal, get a little bit of a cushion here, but we just need a touchdown. We need Aaron Rodgers to play like Aaron Rodgers, because then you just leave the door open for them to get a touchdown, 2-point conversion. But look, Aaron Rodgers doing his thing, man. Get us down to field goal range. And just like that, a really, really close matchup. Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, battle there. Man, Aaron Rodgers not impressing me much. I would put that, was that Celine Dion or something? Put him at not impressing me much. But he's getting wins, man. 2 playoff wins, 2-0. That's the biggest stat that matters. 88 yards for Jovante Williams. Solid defensively. 2 sacks, Von Miller. Draymond, Shelby Harris getting after that. A pick for Ojemudia. And PS2 as the Denver Broncos, with their first year of Aaron Rodgers, are going to the AFC Championship game. All we knew this is probably going to happen. If we were going to go to the playoffs and try to go on a run, try to get to the Super Bowl, we'd have to take on the juggernaut known as the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't even have superstars. They only have X Factors. Honey Badger, Chris Jones, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Patty Mahomes. Come on, man. I mean, we got the formula to beat them. You got a veteran quarterback. Got an emerging running back, control the clock, get the crowd out of it, and we have an outstanding defense. Kansas City does not have a great offensive line, so I think that's going to be our advantage here. And we open up getting actually the first points, but the touchdown, let's go. This is going to be like one of those games, though, like I can feel like no matter how much possession we have, if we're not getting 7s on every single drive, because they're just going to go boop, go quickly down the other end and get a touchdown like we're just seeing right here. And we got no points there. Well, we're in the red zone. This is not looking great. We need a touchdown on this drive. 3rd down. We get to the red zone. 3rd down. We do get the touchdown. It's a 4-point lead. We're going all the way down the field. Yes! Defense. Von Miller, Chubb, Simmons, the rookies. This is your moment to shine. Hold them to a field goal. No touchdown. They go for it on 4th down, and they get the touchdown. I got to come in. I suck at this game. I already know it's probably a better chance at this point that, you know, we let the computer try to convert this. But I feel like I got to, like, help them out a little bit. Take down the juggernaut. We got Aaron Rodgers. The play is, I guarantee we're going to get sacked. No one's going to get open. But we have a lot of speed here. Fant, Hamler, that's where we're looking. Only need to get into field goal range. Doesn't have to be a touchdown. And we go to Fant, and he makes the grab. Very nice. Let's see what the computer can do. I feel like I did my part to finish it off. Big field goal. They went for the field goal? Now we have a 99-yard drive. You have to get in a Hail Mary situation. How many more QBs would you rather than this guy? QB 12. Come on. Okay, first one. Get it. First pass gets us out of the end zone. Now we need to get some yardage and get out of bounds. bounds. Up to the 36, okay. Again, only need to get to field goal range. Holmes is sweating. I'm a little bit. Wearing a winter hat, but I got air conditioner on. Fit that in. Fit that in. Let's go. He's been so disappointing, Jerry Jeudy. That's what we needed. Don't do something stupid, Steve. You're in field goal range, bud. Don't do something stupid. You're in field goal range. Fant, get out of bounds. Man, do we try to get a touchdown here? We have no timeouts. You already know you're seeing the writing on the wall. C4 is gonna throw it in bounds. He's gonna panic, and we're gonna get nothing. But also, maybe, just maybe, we win. Finally! It's not even first Super Bowl. There's my best play of Madden 22 right there. You're welcome. I finally put it all together. Please don't let them insta score. Did it, man. Let's go. That was epic. That was awesome. 4 touchdowns, almost 400 yards. Aaron Rodgers. 100 yards for Jovante. Just feeding the wide receivers here. Everyone was eating. Defensively, Baron Browning, he's emerging as a stud for us in the middle of the field. 3 sacks, Von Miller. I'm going to the Super Bowl. We took down the Chiefs, baby. Let's go! 22 points in the 4th quarter. Let's go! Super Bowl has been set. Very even. 84 Seahawks, 84 Denver Broncos. We just stopped a prolific offense. These guys, pretty prolific. They got what? Okay. Well, they got Jordan Brooks, Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, Jamal Adams, DK Metcalf, and they have Davante Adams. I assume Lockett could still be there. So they're with very much 3 deep, elite wide receivers. But we're also the defense that just shut down the Kansas City Chiefs. Come on, please. This has to be a Super Bowl win. Everything is setting up for this. Okay. For free agency, kind of want to go on the cheap end here, so I'm going to go to punter Jake Bailey, formerly of the Patriots, I think, with the Star Dev. A couple interesting signings. Like, we have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson here, but again, it's an upgrade. But I still think the rookie's going to be worthy of. No, he's not going to his second year, but taking that next leap. And there's just a couple other moves. I don't think we need to sabotage this rebuild in case we have to go life beyond Aaron Rodgers. So, you know, there's not anything here that's a crazy upgrade or anything like that, right? Like, there's some guys, but I feel like we can win with the guys in the building. We were a win away. You just need to not shit the bed in the sim like we did. A lot of value picks in this draft. A lot of guys that are late round. So we're just going to go with the best of the bunch and just kind of let the board fall as it may. And, you know, again, on the defensive line, might as well take the early first round D lineman, 6'6", 301. Unlike the other guy that can probably be the successor to Ioannidis, who we drafted last year, which we got him a little bit later, wasn't a premier pick. This guy here, I mean, Shelby Harris is kind of old. He's regressing. So let's see if this guy can come in with a dev trait. Maybe be a starter sooner than later. No dev. Still good. Number 4. We pretty much unlock. I get number 2s and number 4s a lot. Brandon Claiborne, 77. Normal dev. Okay. A little underwhelming, but not bad. Second pick gets BPA. Our board kind of got depleted a little bit. So we got Junior Booker, wide receiver from Arizona State. Number 14 in true value, 74 hidden dev. Cool. Third round BPA. Get Greg Hurst, strong safety. Don't really need a strong safety, but he has a dev trait, 73 hidden dev. Okay stats. So for a draft that we don't really have a whole lot of holes, I think we did okay. You know, got a couple of hidden devs. Our best players wasn't a dev trait, but still number 4 in true value. Simmed out the draft, and the first time the computer has messed with me with getting a player sub 60 overall. We got 68 running back, 59 QB, 64 defensive end. but it's not a bad draft at all. Our squad for year 3. Offensive line, kind of coming along as expected, which is good. Noah Fant's almost a 90. Really, if I had to just nitpick, Aaron Rodgers is regressing. He's getting old. I just need Jeudy to play a little bit better. I mean, this guy hasn't got over 700 yards yet, and he's wide receiver 2. And the sim numbers for wide receivers generally this year have been good. So I think this is kind of a little bit on Jerry Jeudy. Come on, man. Let's go. Defensively, Vasher was an X Factor? We drafted a superstar X Factor? I was too upset from the loss. We drafted an Vasher's a super... I don't think I had any of these last year in Madden 21. Let's go! Let's go! And then you can see here, clearly, I mean, Shelby Harris getting a little bit older, so Claiborne and or Ware will be able to take over for them next year. Save us a little bit more money on salary cap. Bradley Chubb is now up to a superstar. So I would be honest. It would have been nice for one of these linebackers to go up a dev trade, because especially Baron Browning, we had great production. But we drafted a superstar X Factor. I think I'll get over it. But this could potentially be the final year for Aaron Rodgers, or maybe just act like it. We did sign him on a 2-year contract. And with that XP, should be a 91 very soon. So I still think it's worth going into this year, preparing for it to be the final year for Aaron Rodgers. Our last window to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers at QB. Let's go. 12 wins. Min. All right. I'm going to go on this one with an honest approach. The last dev trade scenario we had on the defense side of the ball, guy did not hit on it, and he didn't get it. But also, I love Jovante Williams enough that if he gets his dev trade, I'm probably not going to see if he actually earned it. I'm just going to take it for what it's worth, because, come on, we need more skill. We just need more power on the offensive side of the ball. And he did get it. So I will say, while I'm absolutely not going to change this, and I don't care if you're upset about it, I think, and I have reached out to the devs and stuff, giving them personal, I think it's just offensive players. If you get an offensive dev trade scenario that's not a new scenario, that's on the old engine, it seems to be working every time. And it's a defensive guy, that's not the case. But I will just say right now, in the scope of this rebuild, I'd like to congratulate Jovante Williams for becoming a superstar X-ray. Let's see what ability. Probably the bowling ball one, wrecking ball. Maybe that's what it looks like. Let's give him another upgrade here. Let's see what the stats look like for Jovante Williams. Big fan out of North Carolina. We got the... He actually might have got it, though. I think we should be fair and just... How about this? Let's be fair and just assume that he did it. Because he's sick. And he has the capabilities to become a guy kind of like a Nick Chubb. And he looks very good. Let's go. So going into the bye, actually a loss. Definitely Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be happy seeing a 45-21 loss. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. We're at the midway point to talk about some contracts. We're looking good. I'm happy with where we're at. I think Muti actually... I never thought I would actually say this in a rebuild. But Muti is getting a contract for sure before Jerry Jeudy. I think Ojemudia, that's cheap. Cheap for a guy, 25. He still has a little bit of a ceiling to him. We'll get him locked up. KJ Hamler's been a little underwhelming, but that's not a lot of money. I think, especially when I'm hopping in, when I do hop in. He's a skill set of a wide receiver that I'm going to excel with. I think Cushenberry gets himself a new contract, star dev, young lineman. Let's give him 5 years, try to make the cap hit low as possible for this rebuild. And I think from here, Shelby Harris, let's get younger at that spot. Really, I mean, I feel like you can't not re-sign Jerry Jeudy. Hope that he can break out. I'm going to put faith. I'm going to put faith that Jerry Jeudy has got to start paying dividends. So at the conclusion of year 3, how did we lose? We lost week 18, which I think that cost us the number 1 seed. 13-4 is it the Chiefs? Fuck. We went from being the 1 to the 4. Is there like 5? How many? Is there 3 teams that are 13-4 in the AFC? I'm not gonna lie. I don't care to understand how the seeding works like that. 13-4. We have the second best record. Should be the 2 seed, okay? I got a freaking cat. My cat can't believe it. Unbelievable. Gotta have to run the gods. Sickening. That's sickening, okay? Look at across the league. Jimmy Garoppolo. That's sickening. Jimmy Garoppolo having that kind of year. Zeke, 30 touchdowns. Sickening. McCaffrey leading the league in receiving yards. Sickening. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by it. But if we win the Super Bowl, everything will be all right in the world. Better year from Aaron Rodgers. 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 12 picks, 70% completion percentage. Happy with that. Jovante Williams with his new superstar X-Factor ability, carrying the team a little bit. 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. Let's go. 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns for Coutland Sutton. Solid year for Fant and Hamler. Again, fucking Jeudy, man. Do something. What's my cat doing, man? He's smelling some hard salad up there. Hey! Get down. Get down. Thank you. Love you, bud. For the safeties, 95 tackles for Barton. 17 sacks for Von Miller, 12.5 Bradley Chubb. That's what we want to see. Come here, cat. Tell them that's what we want to see. Interceptions, 3 picks. Ojemudia. Happy that the weak link, from a rating standpoint, is performing the best in our secondary. Yearly awards. Chris McCaffrey is your MVP. In the AFC, Lamar Jackson, Myles Garrett, Jamar Cotton, Baker, Jackson, Mixon, Powell. Come on, where's some Broncos at? All right, it's fine though. Keep sleeping on us. The standings makers sleeping on us, having us be the second best record and tied for first best record, and giving us the 5 seed. We'll be the 4 seed or the 5 seed. We're the 5 seed. That's unacceptable. I want to beat the Patriots by 70 points. All right, we have the below 500 Patriots. Here's going to be, I will say so far, and my review for Madden's coming out soon. I will say so far, the sim, when you're the favorite, when you're clearly the favorite, has been a lot better this year. The better team is winning more often than not. Here it's going to be live in the flesh, because we are overwhelmingly the better team. So let's see what happens, man. Probably something with like, oh no, the Patriots playbook's really good, so that doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, something like that could happen. But we absolutely need to be winning this game, and we're struggling scoring any touchdown. Maybe there's a Bill Belichick masterclass defensive performance that they got in them here, but things will be said if I don't win this game. A lot of field goals. A lot of field goals for a high-powered offense. Come on, let's put it away. Fuck this game. Cool. Ravens won the Super Bowl. Cool. Aaron Rodgers did not retire. We got one more year. For our squad, can't afford really any upgrades that are on the market here. Muti, I would love to re-sign. It's just the Ravens have an outrageous bid, and we don't have a whole lot of salary cap, so gonna have to hope that we can just replace these guys in the draft, and I try to get some upgrades, long-term upgrades in the draft. But Muti, thank you for your service. You were a great guard for us. I just can't pay, can't give 12 of this $14 million to a guard. To be honest with you, given the draft board, it's not amazing. Like a lot of corners, no real linemen that are jumping off. I'm thinking we just grab the successor. There's going to be years after Aaron Rodgers. This guy's early first-round QB talent, projected to go 3rd round, A+ throw power. Just grab him, man, see what it do. Man, 79, normal dev, the understudy for Aaron Rodgers. Alex Stewart, number 5 in the draft, 96. This guy looks sick. Everything but the dev trait looks like a stud for this dude. Do got a first-round grade center, which we will kick into left guard to be the replacement for Muti, and it's pretty good. 74 hidden dev, 31 in true value, Eric Brady. Tom Brady's brother. Then just a humble brag. 3rd round pick, we got Virgil Stallworth, 74 hidden dev tight end. Nice little 1-2 punch here with Noah Fant. Good luck stopping that. I just got another one. Just drafted fastest wide receiver on the board, Brandon French. Dev trait. The Al Davis method, tried, tested, and true here in Madden 22. Rest of the draft, after all of our studs, computer hooked us up a little bit. 66, 66, and 64 for an end linebacker and DB on the defensive side of the ball. Still, very good draft. That's going to be interesting to see. Alex Stewart, are we going to have to rely on him, or is Aaron Rodgers just not going to retire at any point in this rebuild? Year 4, here's what we're rocking with. Offensive line, we lose Muti, bring in another new dev trade interior lineman in Brady. Getting some depth, I suppose. I don't know how much the second tight end's been eaten in this offense. Probably not substantial, but we get another hidden dev. Jovante Williams, X Factor. Rodgers, X Factor. Hey, What better time than now? Actually, you make Stallworth the fullback. But what better time than now for Jerry Jeudy to have his breakout year, right? Defensively, pretty much remains the exact same. We had to shuffle around the defensive side, replace Shelby Harris with Claiborne, moving him from defensive tackle over. So it doesn't look as flashy. We lose down a dev trait, but he's a solid player. I don't think we're missing too much. Vasher's S-tier corner. So PS2's been very good. Von Miller and Chubb have been the stars of the show on the defensive side of the ball. I will say maybe we throw Hurst in to get the dev trait there, but they're both young players. I'm not too concerned about it. Again, can we please be the 1 seed? We were very good last year. Our teams only got better. I mean, Aaron Rodgers regressed us a little bit, but I think 12 wins again minimum, and hopefully we get that first round bye. This is probably the most important contract negotiation window we have out of all the 5 years, because these are the guys that, hey, we're making the commitment that we want you for the entirety of the rebuild. And of course, it's very expensive. I want all of these guys. We're going to have to potentially make a tough decision. Let's see. We'll start from the top, work our way down. Jovante Williams. Hey. Justin Simmons. Hey. PS2. Patrick Surtain. Hey. Aaron Rodgers. Probably only doing 1 year right now. Hey. Von Miller. Very glad. I thought that was a decision I would have to think on. Well, whether or not we should move on from Von Miller. He's been outstanding. Hey. Garrett Bowles. 1 year deal. Run it back. Left tackle. Probably won't be able to get someone better on the open market. Quinn Myers. Guard. We'll renegotiate him, give him a long-term contract, and that's outstanding business from the Denver Broncos. 13-4 again, but no first round bye. Man, we're getting robbed. We're getting robbed here. We get a revenge game against Kansas City. Oh, they just got Mahomes. 44 touchdowns, only 4 picks on the year. No worries. No worries at all. Look at the stats. Mahomes, 44 touchdowns. He's the best QB. Chubb, 24 touchdowns. I mean, no Scotty Miller leading the league. Pretty cool. 21 sacks, Daniil Hunter. 11 picks, Marlon Humphrey. Hell of a season for him. Aaron Rodgers. He's at that point. He's old man Rodgers at this point. As long as he just plays well in the sim, we'll be happy. He's not turning the ball over. 27 touchdowns, 42 yards. Again, a little underwhelming. But we have Jovante Williams now. That compliment that you need for that veteran quarterback. 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Outstanding. We had 8 rushing touchdowns. Kylan Hill, sure. Coming over from the Packers with Rodgers. No 1,000-yard receivers, and Jerry Jeudy still just not being good. Defensively, Hurst, who's our second safety. What? Von Miller's outstanding. 92 tackles, 18 TFLs, 13.5 sacks, 4 picks. I've always kind of decided that he's slightly overrated. He's been sensational in this rebuild. 11.5 sacks for Chubb. He's been good. Matt Ioannidis' most productive year. Happy with that. But goddamn, Von Miller. Let's go. He might be linebacker of the year again. 3rd time. McCaffrey's your MVP in the AA. Let's see what we got. Anyone? Von Miller, defensive player of the year. Let's go. That's probably going to be it. He probably got linebacker as well, which he did. And that is it for our awards, but I'm fine with it because Von Miller's very good. And we're going to utilize the outstanding year that Von Miller had to not be one and done in the playoffs and beat the Chiefs. I don't even care what their X factors look like. We know they're good. Every time we play, it's who got the instant touchdown. I don't even show me the score. Of course they did. What do we have to do to get a bye here, man? Like, can we get an advantage in the title? Like, if we won like 7 games in a row to close the year out. That's outstanding after a slow start. Give me the bye. We got a lead. We got a good lead. 10-point lead in the second half. Chiefs get a field goal. We get a touchdown. They get a touchdown. Fast pace here. But we are kind of keeping our pace a little bit of our lead. Come on. Don't. No. Shouldn't have been that close. Getting ready to get a cool green controller here. Boom! It would have been gone. Against the wall. But we get the victory. Thank you. Thank you. All right, revenge game. The Patriots cheesed us last time. They got a good team. Gilmore, X Factor, Montez Sweat coming over free agency, Trent Brown, Darius Smith, Vinovich, and some guy named Mason Dent. Well, we're going to put a whole lot of... What's up, kitty? Come here. You want to get some camera time? What's up, Riggs? This is Rox. He works with me every day. What's up, buddy? Can we win? Are you going to be good luck? You going to be good luck? Let's go. Be good luck, Cat. Probably not. But he might be. First core. I mean, this Patriots defense, you just can't figure it out. That has been the toughest puzzle for us to try to... Last time it was like this. Just could not score. They get the first touchdown of the game. We're just getting nothing but field goal. We got no points there. Patriots playbook. Hey, Swami. I know Swami, Moonlight Swami's a Patriots fan. I feel like there's some shenanigans coming on here. They shouldn't be this good. I don't buy it. Touchdown, 2-point conversion. We get the touchdown note. Fuck! Thank God the Patriots lost, but this is... I don't know. I don't know what else we can do here, fellas. I saw Vic Fangio got Coach of the Year. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing him elevating this squad to that next level. We have, in terms of dev traits, Ioannidis went up to a superstar. That's all we got for our boost here going into our final year. So for free agency, made the decision. I mean, let's get a bigger splash player here. You could probably just as easily move Kyle Pitts to wide receiver. I cannot wait to play with Kyle Pitts, but we have Noah Fant, and rather just getting that, let's just make the easy move and get DeAndre Hopkins. Let's try and bring in DeAndre Hopkins. Actually, I'm going to give him a little bit more money. I'm going to max out my salary cap here because if we don't get DeAndre Hopkins, I'm going to be a little bit worried about what we'll be able to do. So yeah, there we firmly, if the Patriots steal DeAndre Hopkins from us, I'm going to be very upset. I'll say that. How much more money can I give him? Something like that. Like, I don't have the salary cap for that move. Can I give him 16 and a half? Okay. The Patriots get DeAndre. I'm going to hate them for the rest of this rebuild. But also Stephon Tuitt. Kick him over to the other defensive end spot where our current DN's 77, 78. This is the two best moves that we can afford. Hopefully it works. So I guess under no circumstance was DeAndre, like, does he have outstanding warrants or something? Like, why else? Denver's awesome. Go to Denver. Play with Rodgers. Like, there's something going on. He did something in the state of Denver. That's the only reason why you're not taking out the best situation to come to. Like, did he go to the Patriots? We got Stephon Tuitt. Hopefully, is Kyle Pitts still there? That'd be cool. Of course not. Fucking Patriots. Just get Matt Milano and try to make him our second middle linebacker. For this final draft, again, it's just more so bragging at this point. None of these guys are going to have a real, true chance of making an impact. But maybe RB2 behind Jovante Williams. Amani Gee from Clemson. 77 hidden dev, number 5 in true value. A little bit more speed than what we have in Jovante. So for our final draft, I simmed it out after the second pick, and it actually wasn't great. Our second pick was solid. If we didn't sign Matt Milano, we have Torian Hyde, who is a 74 hidden dev linebacker from West Virginia. Great skill set, fits our scheme. But, you know, hey, good draft. Most people take those drafts. Watch my tips and tricks video if you want to draft like this. Okay, here we go. This is our final submission of your big assignment here. This is my rebuild. This is how I've rebuilt the Denver Broncos. I've gone out and got you guys Aaron Rodgers. Jovante Williams is stud. Jerry Jeudy sucked for some reason. Don't know why. Sutton, Hamler. I don't think maybe once Sutton went over 1,000 yards. O-line has remained intact for the most part. Bulls, Cushenberry, Minards, Risner all stayed here. So is Noah Fant. Again, maybe Noah Fant could be performing a little bit better. I have seen 1,000-yard receiving seasons for tight ends, and he has yet to get one. But this is a very good offense. Happy with that offense. That's an offense. That's a Super Bowl winning offense. Defensively, we made the trade to get Ioannidis. We brought in Stephon Tuitt. The front, we got Milano coming in, kind of like a Super Bowl or bust type move, but Von Miller and Chubb have been outstanding. We have Barton at safety with Simmons. They've been okay. Surtain's a baller. PS2. Vasher, our first straight-up superstar X-Factor, I think. Could be having a brain fart. Maybe there was someone else in one of the early rebuilds, but I think. So that's one of the obvious positives I can say right now. Just general in Madden franchise. There's a lot of good ideas. Execution hasn't been great. A lot of bugs. But for sure, the drafting's fun. The drafting's fun yet again. And yeah, I can't wait to have the tied for first most wins yet again, hopefully, and still not have a first round bye. Let's go. Year 5, Super Bowl or bust. And this rebuild's just not going our way. 14-3. Our best record so far. And of course, the Chiefs are just one game better than us. I'm going to run the gauntlet. Okay. Let's see our stats. Look at the league. Mahomes on fire. 49 touchdowns. 27 touchdowns for Zeke Elliott. Something known as a Jeremy Patton. 1,700 yards. 21 sacks for Myles Garrett. 7 picks. Isaiah Simmons leading the league, as well as tackle. Tackle machine. Hell of a year for Isaiah Simmons. Looking at our team. Aaron Rodgers. Really good. For year 20, having a Brady-esque season. 4,400 yards, 41 touchdowns, 8 picks. Like seeing that. 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, Jovante Williams. 30 total rushing touchdowns. Our offense was on point. We had 1,200 yards. Finally, thank you, Jeudy, for doing something. 9-13 for Hamler. 9-5 for Fant. Sutton. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just the trade-off. Our wide receiver, too, just does not thrive in the Denver system, in the sim. Defensively, Matt Milano. Not bad for like a last-ditch free agency signing. 104 tackles and a sack. We have 10 sacks, Draymond Jones. 10 for Chubb. Von Miller fell off the cliff this season, unfortunately. Picks look solid. Vasher, 3 picks. 4 for Hurst, the backup strong safety who gets a lot of playing time. Zeke's the MVP in the AFC. Mahomes, Myles Garrett. Guille, there we go. First round pick, offensive rookie of the year, behind Jovante Williams. And then look at the rest of these. Of course, no one else for us because we're the most slept-on team in the league. But finally, we got Aaron Rodgers playing well in the sim. Surely Jacksonville should not be a problem for our team. But we will, tier 5, hop in, get on the sticks if things get bad. And let's look at their work. What do they got? They got Miles Jack, X Factor, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, LaVisca Chenault, and Ricardo Allen, the veteran, is a strong safety. I mean, I'm not seeing anything I should be scared of. But then again, I set up the Patriots squad, and we just cannot beat the Patriots. So hopefully they didn't make the playoffs. Let's see what happens in this game. Would love to not have to use my immense Madden gameplay talent until at least the, championship game. And we're looking very good here so far. Quick start. Defense playing pretty well. And we're going to go in with a 10-point lead into the second half. Again, our defense not giving up anything to the Jacksonville Jaguars. A touch that should probably put this game out of reach, given how well our defense has played so far. Trevor Lawrence, hey, got a long career ahead of you. It's just Aaron Rodgers' turn to get his second Super Bowl ring. 35-14. Excellent professional victory. 3 touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers, over 100 yards for Jovante Williams as the Broncos are moving on. Of course, this is who we're playing. We're going to go blow for blow. I will pretty much play every single offensive moment. If we're trading touchdowns, I'm going to come in. Tired of the Chiefs. I'm tired of the Patriots, man. I'm over it. Jan, give me something else to do. Settle for a field goal. I'm coming in next third down. Tell you that right now. Next third down, next stall we get right here, down 4, I'm coming in. 3rd and 8. Okay, heaven forbid it could be like 3rd and something kind of short. Okay. Well, definitely not what we were looking for. Definitely came in through the panic pass because I didn't want to get sacked. And didn't work out very well. There we go. Red zone, get the touchdown. Instant touchdown, tied up at 24. Okay, we're down a score here. I don't know what's going on. Looks like we had a turnover. 3rd down. The clock's going to run out because it's just going to waste my time. And it does. Don't hate that one bit. Definitely one of my favorite features. Okay, let's go slants. One of my favorite features. Like, hey, you want to hop in, play the moments? Yes, I do. All right, I'm just going to make you look like an idiot as you watch our menus. Oh, there we go. Safe catch it with Sutton. Get the first down. 2 picks for Aaron Rodgers today. Not his best performance. We tied up at 31, and we get the turnover. Okay, big field. Can we go for it? What is it? 4th and... Not even. Come on, man. I should have played that one. I should have played this one and got the touchdown because they're going to get a score here. You fucking... come on! Enhance. So it didn't hit his head. No deflection. Ball missed the trajectory of the pass. Just see what happens here. What happens here? Watch this. Doesn't hit his head. Doesn't hit his head. But it just there's a gust of wind in Kansas City. It's a brisk air. Super Bowl on the line. Brisk air here. I like to just take this moment. I hope you guys appreciate. I'm taking a little bit of the not the expert approach when we don't have playoffs and we don't hop in for the moments. Just showing you guys little clips of the game. I thought his rebuild that he dropped on the Atlanta Falcons was really good, and I want to take a little bit of influence in that. I'm always reading the comments, trying to give you guys the best rebuild experience, you know, while keeping the traditional successful presentation of a rebuild and adding just you know, a little bit of my, you know, something different for you guys to watch. So I very much appreciate everyone that tuned into this rebuild, watched it all the way through, and this to be the final play. Well, that's what you get. That's what you get sometimes. Thanks for watching, though, guys. And as always, subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. It would be awesome if we can hit 150,000 subscribers before week 1 of the NFL. It's kind of a goal I'm setting for myself. Likes are great. 1,000 likes should be very achievable for all the people that watch my videos, and that helps my videos very much in the YouTube algorithm. And if you ever thought about, hey, C4, how can I support your channel? I don't really have the extra funds here, the disposable income to support a Patreon. Hey, just thumbs up, likes, because likes push videos to the top of the search. That's what helps my channel grow. So, you know, sometimes we usually like to show the stats, see how everyone performed at the end of a rebuild, but I feel like this is just the perfect moment to end it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Tomorrow will be a new episode of Pink Slips. We have some new rules. I've been going through you guys' suggestions. It's going to be a good time. Let me know in the comment section below what team you want to see me rebuild next. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, and peace out.